Hello everybody, this is Rada of the TheWoWCrusaders Guides. Today I'll be showing you tips and tricks to a blood DK in PvP. I will go over stats on your gear, and I will also be going over talents. So first, let's see what the DK was given this patch. For 4.3, now we heal no matter what, so say you're attacking a wall, and it decides to dodge on you. You still heal yourself. So, that wall is now, I don't know, you healed, and that wall is now sad. But on the serious side, if your attack misses, if it's dodged, if it's parried, you still get the health no matter what. Pretty awesome. 25% more armor from Blood Presence, and I don't give a crap about this, but your pet adapts your crit and spell penetration, but nobody cares, because minions are gay. I love Unholy Spec, by the way. It's awesome. But I mean, either way, I just don't like it. Whatever. Blade Barrier, instead of reducing 6% anytime your blood runes are down, it's always 6% no matter what. Boom. That's pretty awesome. Bone Shield, now it's 6 charges instead of 4. So now you can get hit 2 more times before the 20% damage goes away. And for those PvEers out there, and for those PvPers that like to use Outbreak, it's 30 seconds left. I know all you PvEers are like, oh god, 30 seconds left, jizz yourself, seizure, you're in the hospital, but who cares, you can play WoW in the hospital, it's possible. So either way, your Outbreak is a 30-second cooldown, and it's fucking awesome, just saying. So, moving back on to the Blood DK, go over a little bit of what a Blood DK is capable of, and what it is offered as the spec. Heart Strike is a good move because it's basically a warrior cleave, but it does more damage, and it consumes a blood rune, while your other 2 good moves, Necrotic Strike and Death Strike, only consume Unholy and Frost. So you can use the 2 moves coincidentally, simultaneously, whatever word you choose to put there. I don't give a crap. Fetch of the Third War, once again the Outbreak, it gives you 9% stamina also and 6 expertise. This is why Blood DK's dodge and parry almost goddamn everything. It's ridiculous. Almost as bad as a freaking Druid Bear, but that's just stupid. So this is a filthy stat. I like that one. Blood Rights, every time you Death Strike or Obliterate, your runes turn into the runes used turn into a death rune. Pretty awesome, I know. Vengeance, every time you take damage, you gain 5% of the damage taken as attack power, up to 10% of your maximum health. That's pretty awesome. I don't have to explain it. It's kind of self-explanatory. Thank you, Blizzard, for actually making it comprehensible. Blood Shield, one of the greatest masteries out there, personally, I think. I, for one, don't have so much mastery, so I don't gain as much. But for someone who has, like, 16 or 17 mastery, you can gain, like, 120% of your amount healed for Death Strike as a Blood Shield. That's more than doubling the healing, basically, because you heal instantaneously, and you get an instantaneous bubble, which completely absorbs all damage taken until the shield go away. And yes, it stacks, so you can spam the crap out of Death Strike until you have a 3 million damage taking Blood Shield. But I don't know how you would do that unless you just kind of sat on a dummy and just kind of pounded Death Strike over and over again. But I'm pretty sure it goes away after 10 seconds, so it's not very easy to keep up all the time. And it's probably going to get hit off anyway. Anyway, moving into the spec, there are a couple specs in here that obviously there are going to be differences on, from my opinion to your opinion. I know a lot of people like the extra runic power. I know a lot of people like this. Some people like diseases. Some people like the extra AoE damage. Some people like this. But it's all going to differ between what kind of PvP you are. I am primarily 2s, 3s, and 5s. I mean, I will get into a BG and maybe Flag Carrier, but I don't use this spec for it. So for 2s, 3s, and 5s, or whatever you want to call it, and I already know there's people out there saying, why would you be in 2s and 3s and 5s as a Blood DK? Have fun at 100 rating. Yeah, I'm so funny. Look it up. There are Blood DKs in 2800 rating. Don't even argue with me. Don't say, oh, you're lying. You look it up. Grow a sack and do something for yourself for once, or just not comment, because Blood DKs are really OP. I don't know why you're complaining, because they can do more damage than Frost can, so if used right. But then Frost can do more than Blood. But either way, it does a lot. Blade Armor and Blade Barrier, 6% less damage taken and more attack power for every armor. I personally gain about 134 more attack power because I have about 24,000 armor, so that's awesome. Hannah Dune, you're going to strangulate a lot because there's going to be a lot of casters out there, healer, shaman, whatever, mage, you know. You're going to want to silence as much as you can. The more the better, the more the merrier. I don't care what kind of phrase you want to put in there, an analogy, go for it. Go knock yourself out with analogies you can make up here, but the only one I'm going to say is the more the better. That's not even an analogy, but who cares? Scarlet Fever, I like this now that we can Outbreak and Pestilence way more often. This makes everyone deal less damage, and more or less can make or break you. And you won't even realize that this is helping, but you'll take 10% less damage, which makes it 10% longer time you have to live and be, I don't know. However you want to say it, you take 10% less damage, basically, if used correctly. Sin of Blood, it gives you a crap ton of mastery. I mean, it doesn't give you any mastery. It gives you a crap ton of runic power. If you think about it, if you ever pay attention to when you're in arena or something, you dodge and parry like there's no freaking tomorrow. It's like 200, dodge, parry, 200, parry, dodge, 1,000, parry. You parry a lot. That's the basic general statement I'm trying to get across here. So you basically, there's a 50% chance to do it every time you dodge a parry, and you basically gain 30 runic power in result. So you gain a lot. That's basically what I'm getting at. Improved blood tap. If you don't already know, blood tap regenerates your runes, basically, and the more you can use that, the better. Just like strangulate. So basically, you can restore your runes like every 30 seconds instead of like a minute, or maybe it's a minute opposed to a minute 30. I don't know. I'm pretty sure 30 seconds though. Blood Caked Blade. Before you guys start hitting on me, yeah, don't hit on me that either. Before you guys start raging on me to say, I clicked the X button when the fag put all the points in the blood cake barrier. I'm so cool. Please tell me where else you would put it. Unless you're gonna go BGs, which is what I'm not specking this for. You don't need that. You're not gonna be doing a lot of AoE damage because you don't care, and that's a waste of a blood rune. So I don't know why you need that. You're gonna be blowing runic power on rune strike, so I don't know why you need that. You're hardly ever icy chains. And you never Howling Blast, you don't have it. And Icy Touch isn't even a move we use. And Chains of Ice, the only time I ever use it is after I Death Grip, which is the best way to like pull stuff off your healer and stuff. You don't use one-handers unless you're a freaking moron. And diseases usually get dispelled. But I mean, I can see why you put points in here because I actually like that one too. But I mean, between these two, I'd say you can use either one. I appreciate this because there's such a high chance you can use it. It does so much damage, and it's awesome. Bone Shield. I went into it before. You take 20% damage, and you can hit 6 times, so basically. You build more armor, gives you attack power from this one. Awesome. A buff. Sometimes it coincides with the Pally buff, and they kind of cancel out. So I know there are people out there that like don't like to spec this one because there's, you know, quote-unquote better points elsewhere. But, I never run with the Pally, so I need this because it gives me 20% attack power, 10 range power for those other people I'm running with, and 2 strength, which is awesome. 2% strength. IBF is one of the greatest cooldowns you have. So Sigmund Fortitude gives you 30% extra damage taken, and it costs no runic power. So please just get this. Don't argue with me. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. Blood Parasite. Basically, you attack stuff. Your sword goes swingy, swingy, swoosh, 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 whatever you want to say. Purple things come out of the ground. They noms on your enemies. They explode. You get health. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. Improved blood presence basically makes this spec better than Unholy, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, but I like using Unholy when I'm in the blood spec. Okay, well, I like using blood presence in blood spec because I don't get killed and I have about the same rune regeneration. So, yeah, good fight on your part, sir. On the serious side, you take less damage, you get a crap ton of health, and you get rune regeneration increased by 20%. So I don't know what else you'd want to do because that's just God. That is. Vampiric Blood and Rune Tap. If you don't already know, which I'm sure most of you do know, you get more health, and then this one gives you a percent of your health as a heal. So you obviously lose the health gain during this process, but you keep the health gain from rune tap. So say you increase your health by 100,000, obviously not, and then you're gonna heal extra 10k. You're gonna keep that extra 10k healed, but you're gonna lose that little whatever health you gain from this. So it's just gonna boost this up a little bit. Also, you want to use this one whenever you use Death Pact, because Death Pact's like a 25% heal, and just do the math, 50% and 25% when they stack, it's a big number. Wolf Necropolis, there's a whole thing I can get into this. Basically, you can use Rune Tap twice, and it gives you less damage. You take less damage. Because you pop this little macro or combo, whatever you want to call it. You can use this once, you get 10% of your health, plus the extra health from this thing. You get hit below 30% while this is still up in that little 10-second duration. So you can use it again, like if you're getting like crazy bursted on. Then use this again, and you get another heal, plus you get damage less taken. So that's awesome. Death Strike does more damage, more crit, more healing. Please get this. It's amazing. Stack it 3 times too. Don't just get like a 2. Yeah, no. 3 times. Dancing Rune Weapon. You parry more, you dodge more. I mean, you parry more, less damage, 12 seconds, do more damage. Yeah. Unholy Command. Reduce cooldown for 10 seconds, and 100% chance for refresh, blah, blah, blah. The part doesn't matter for PvP, for 2v2, 2s, 3s, 5s, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to be going on a frenzy, so you know, you don't really care about the refreshing. But still, the 10-second cooldown reduction is pretty awesome, especially when you're trying to like pull stuff off a heal or something. Anyway, glyphs. I'm going to go over this really fast. Heart Strike, 30% more damage. Please get this. Death Strike. Every time you have a bunch of runic power, you do a crap ton load more of damage. You can probably crit like a 35k on a Cloth Warrior, especially if you have a lot of strength and stuff. Rune Strike, increased crit strike, and these 3 are the 3 moves you use as a Blood DK, and they're like the main moves you use. So this one, say a paladin's like, yay, divine light, yeah, I'm gonna heal myself. You're like, no, screw you. I'm gonna silence you. I'm gonna interrupt you, just because I can. And in the process of interrupting you, you get 2 seconds less. So suck that one. You get 2 seconds more of a silence. That's what it is. Rune Tap now heals your party member for 5% of their health. AMS is already an OP freaking CD, but now just 2 seconds more. And now these 3, it doesn't matter. I really don't care what you put it in. I like this one because whenever people are always immune to my damn death grip, so it refreshes it, and it's awesome. These 2, yeah, whatever. So now really quick into the gear. Obviously I'm fully ruthless, and I know you're gonna see some enchants like this agility one. This is only because I was doing an RBG and I did it with some guild that I didn't know, and they just gave me a bunch of enchants because I needed the stamina. But anyway, the order of which you need gear and stats, mastery is the most important one if you have all the other requirements. I know my hit rating's low right now because I need to regem and everything, and I need to get enchants for the new patch, but it needs to be 5% or you're going to be missing a lot. Once you get to 5%, you won't miss, and that's really going to help you out. Haste, it's really not going to help all that much, so you don't need that. Crit, you don't need that either. So basically, you need mastery, strength, hit rating, and I want you to have, where is this? Spell penetration. I think the cap is 280 or 190, something like that. But I want you to have, no, the cap's like 190, I think. I want you to have 170 because it reduces the resistance that people have on your like all of your stuff. And really, you're always like, this isn't gonna matter. That's stupid. But really, no one's ever going to have more than 170 resistance, so this basically takes off all resistance, and you're going to give them the full force of everything. So, for reforging, I reforged a lot to mastery, but I'm probably, after this patch and everything, I got new gear and stuff, I might want to reforge to hit. So as long as you have 5% hit, you can go into mastery. But I don't want you to change unless you have 5 hit. So, that is my guide, basically. Thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe and I can make more videos. Yeah, that's it. Tuning out is Rada with the WoWCrusaders guides. See you guys later.